What's up, guys? In today's video, I recently asked you if you would like to hear about my experiences with followers. I asked you this question on the official Facebook page, and I hope you like how it turned out. In the time I've had the channel, which has already been more than a year, I've gotten to know many people and I've had the pleasure of meeting some of them. Most of the time, people come, share their story, and we talk for a bit. But after I tell them that their story has been published, I don't hear from them again. Most of the time, they want to remain anonymous, whether they're from the government, from the cartel, or of course, just regular civilians. In today's video, I want to share with you an experience I had when I met an operator from the Special Forces Corps. I can say that I consider this person a great brother and friend. I don't want to say his name, so to avoid using his real name, I'll call him Charlie. This person, when he arrived, came to tell us that he had been killed by the cartel. To give you some context, Charlie is from Michoacan. When this happened, it was 2020 at the peak of the pandemic. Charlie wanted to request leave because his family contacted him to tell him that his father was very sick. His situation was critical because he couldn't breathe. And during the pandemic, almost no doctor wanted to treat him, most likely out of fear of getting infected. He was at risk of being intubated. Charlie's mother is already an elderly person, and now with the pandemic, it could be very difficult. Special Forces In the year 2000, Special Forces was transferred to the city's regional military hospital. The regional hospital was transferred to the hospital. Transfer. Charlie asked his superiors for vacation time to take care of him, but they denied his request. A captain who was an a-hole came out and asked him if he was a doctor, saying why would he want to take a vacation? And instead of supporting him, he told him he was going to die. From operations in the north of the country, where we all know it's dangerous and there's always trouble, but Charlie, instead of wishing him harm, told him,
"Understood, Captain. Respectfully, I hope God gives your family good health so that one day you don't have to be in my place."
And just like that, soon after they went out to that northern state for operations. Charlie would talk to his mom whenever he could. He was always pensive. While he was there, he had to be with a section officer who was a good guy. He saw him acting strange and desperate, so he went over to ask him what was wrong, because he thought he might do something stupid with his weapon over a girl, but that wasn't it. He was desperate because of the situation he was going through, and instead of judging him, he told him he would buy him some cold beers after work. This officer told him that maybe he could just take his vacation time instead. The captain didn't even process his request, so Charlie didn't waste any time and went to a clerk at the command post. And after buying him breakfast, although it took a few days to get a response, his vacation was approved. Charlie left his things, his gear, because they were going to take him to the bus station. There, a sergeant asked him how long until his bus left, and they told him 3 hours. After that, his companions left, and there he was, sitting with a cap on, so he wouldn't attract attention. In one moment, a man with a handgun approached him. They wanted him to follow them. Then a second man showed up. They wanted him to follow them and get into a truck. Charlie did get nervous, like any human being. They took him to a warehouse and wanted to interrogate him. After a while, they took off his blindfold because he was blindfolded. And they handed him a phone because they wanted to talk to him. They explained to him why he was taken, because there were soldiers from other battalions who were passing information to the rivals. And after checking his phone and seeing that they didn't find anything, they were going to let him go. Before that, they wanted him to fight one of the criminals. Even after he did, they blindfolded him and took him back to the bus station, where the criminals told him,
"You didn't see us, and we didn't see you."
By this time, Charlie had already missed his bus and had to buy another bus ticket. He did make it home. His father was already on oxygen, and he was still deep in thought. And Charlie even wondered why there were such whole officers with the troops, because it's clear they'll always need their subordinates. Now that's Charlie's story. It's a brief summary. I've talked with him about many topics, a lot. In the time I've known him, he's told me a bit about his story in the Army. As he mentions in his story, he's from Morelia. And like many of us, he had many dreams. He told me that before becoming a soldier, he wanted to be a professional soccer player. He even told me how he participated in professional tryouts. But, as is well known, in a country like Mexico, if you don't have money, you don't have the same opportunities as others. Where he was doing his tryouts, there was a very influential person in a professional team, Charlie. Charlie, before becoming a Special Forces operator, if it weren't for nepotism, I have no doubt he would be on a professional team. Because even the goalkeeper for America, Malagón, came out in the news saying that this coach wouldn't let you make your debut. And Malagón had to leave that team for others, and that's where he shined. Maybe that's what Charlie was missing. Because everyone who plays soccer knows that this costs a lot of money. But if you ask me, I think Charlie would have been one of the best players. If it hadn't been for this coach who didn't let him debut because he wasn't the son of a former professional player or some super influential businessman. As Charlie mentions, he's from Michoacan, and the place where he tried to join was Morelia. There was an infantry second sergeant there who seemed like he hadn't been a recruiter for very long. This person was very close-minded. He had already taken exams, but when it came to the psychological test, which is where most people fail, Charlie was there trying. Charlie asked this recruiter to help him out by talking to the psychologist or something so he could get in. But being a closed-minded person, he didn't give him the chance to get in. Charlie had to move from Morelia to Mexico City. It was there where they welcomed him, and that's where he joined the infantry. While he was there as a recruit, he met some really awful soldiers because they even stole his cell phone when he left it charging. He had run out of money, but he also got to meet a good soldier, a great brother who gave him a place to stay at his house. With little clothing, no phone or money for food, he still helped him. But he aspired to be an infantryman at heart. He didn't know that special forces existed. He only knew about the infantry. And once he joined, he realized there was something extra, that next level. He no longer felt satisfied with just being in the infantry. He wanted more. He realized it during a parade where he saw the special forces, and he wondered who those guys were. He knew the course was tough because there were people who went and then dropped out. And once inside, he understood that there were even higher levels like snipers, who were even taught more specialized things. A long time later, when Charlie was already in the special forces, he had to go back to Morelia, and this same recruiting sergeant received him. He stared at him and Charlie asked him,
"Do you remember me?"
The sergeant answered him,
Como que sí me acuerdo.
and Charlie told him.
"No, you do remember. You're so-and-so."
The sergeant, taken aback, said, and Charlie explained to him,
"I came here."
and the sergeant said to him,
¿Y qué onda? ¿Por qué no entraste?
and Charlie answered him,
"You didn't want me to come in.
and the sergeant said to him,
Y ya eres fuerzas especiales.
Look, you missed out on this soldier."
Now, this soldier, honestly, nothing but respect. Charlie has a ton of stories about what he's been through, but despite that, he's one of the most humble people I've ever met. That's something that really characterizes him. Even after telling his first story, he left me a message that honestly made me cry a little, because he told me,
"Man, if your channel ever grows more and YouTube gives you the chance to meet celebrities like Hot Spanish or Santa Fe Clan, tell them about me so they can hire me as their bodyguard."
and honestly, I'm waiting for that opportunity. The first celebrity I meet, I'll tell them about Charlie. One of the first things I'd mention would be about him. And if that celebrity doesn't know him, then to the next one and the next one until someone gives him a chance. And if I decided to tell this story, it's not just because of what Charlie went through that day, it's because of everything behind it. Because those stories don't start there, and they don't end there either.
De Michoacán. De Michoacán traigo claro el renglón. Desde morro supe bien mi dirección. No se pudo en la cancha por la situación, pero entré a la milicia con firme decisión. En Morelia me cerraron la inscripción. Un recluta no quiso darme solución. Me moví pa' la capital sin explicación, y ahí empezó de cero toda mi formación. Pandemia dura, todo en tensión. jefe enfermo batallando la respiración. Pedí permiso con respeto al mando en función, pero me lo negaron sin consideración. Si no eres doctor, ¿pa' qué la petición? Y en corto me mandaron directo a operación. Enterado mi capitán, firme contestación, aunque por dentro cargaba toda la presión. No es de hablarlo, es de aguantar. Cuando toca firme no hay que dudar. Hay cosas que no se pueden explicar, pero se viven y se tienen que cargar. No era mi turno, pero me tocó estar. Cuando la vida se empezó a complicar, entre órdenes y ganas de regresar, uno aprende lo que es no poder fallar. No es de cuentos ni de aparentar, esto es real y se tiene que enfrentar. Aunque el alma se quiera quebrar, yo sigo firme, no me voy a ragar. Allá en el norte, todo al 100, un oficial notó que no estaba bien. Me vio pensativo, fuera de control también. Pensó que era por vieja, pero no era así el tren. Le conté lo que cargaba también, y lejos de juzgarme se portó bien. Mete el permiso por escrito tal vez, y así fue como todo cambió después. Con un escribiente moví la gestión, le invité un desayuno pa' agilizar la acción. Tardó unos días pero llegó la aprobación, ya tenía en la mano la autorización. Me llevaron solo a la terminal, con una gorra pa' no llamar. 3 horas faltaban pa' poder viajar, pero algo raro empezó a pasar. Se me acercan 2 miradas sin emoción. Súbete a la troca, seca la indicación. Me vendaron los ojos sin explicación, y en una bodega empezó la tensión. Querían respuestas, pura presión. Revisaron todo sin encontrar razón. No estás metido, dijeron al final de la revisión, pero antes querían probarme con confrontación. No era opción, tocó responder 1 contra 1 pa' sobrevivir. No era orgullo, era no caer, y al final me soltaron sin más que decir. Ni nos viste, ni te vimos, condición. Y me dejaron de nuevo en la estación, ya sin camión, sin dirección, pero con vida y otra visión. No era mi turno, pero me tocó estar. Cuando la vida se empezó a complicar, entre órdenes y ganas de regresar, uno aprende lo que es no poder fallar. No es de cuentos ni de aparentar, esto es real y se tiene que enfrentar. Aunque el alma se quiera quebrar, yo sigo firme, no me voy a rajar. Llegué a mi casa, lo logré alcanzar. Mi jefe con oxígeno luchando por respirar. Mi jefa firme sin quererlo soltar, y yo en silencio sin saber qué pensar. Y me pregunté sin poder evitar, porque hay mandos que te saben negar, si al final del día te van a necesitar. Cuando todo se tenga que enfrentar, no es de rango, es de humanidad. No es de mando, es de lealtad. No es de fuerza, es de verdad. Lo que cargas no se puede explicar. No era mi turno, pero me tocó estar. Cuando la vida se empezó a complicar, entre órdenes y ganas de regresar, uno aprende lo que es no poder fallar. Y aunque el tiempo me quiera cambiar y la vida me vuelva a probar, yo sigo firme sin voltear atrás, porque esto que cargo no se va a borrar.